Hi, everybody. My name is Jason.
I'm Caden.
I'm Yah.
And we are the Yahuwah and the Torah channel. And we thank you guys very, very much for hanging out with us. It is a first day on the Gregorian calendar. Actually, it's the first day on Yah's calendar. It's the first day on, actually, it's Sunday on the Gregorian calendar. So I don't know what day it is on the Gregorian calendar. Seventh day on the Gregorian calendar, maybe. But anyway, we are not on the Gregorian calendar. We are on our Creator's calendar, and we are head into the book of SHEMU'EKRE, and we really, again, appreciate everybody who hangs out and reads these scriptures with us as we go. Guys, this is Yah Scriptures, and we have exciting news because we got our new printer. We found somebody who we are, I believe, ecstatic over. We will know more very, very, very shortly, but it looks like things are rocking and rolling. So this is the Scriptures of Yah. You will never find a better Scriptures, and this is the greatest English translation that has ever been produced. It is changed the names of our Creator 7,000 times back to his name, Yahuwah. And it also has the name of his son, Yahushua, because there were no J's in Hebrew, so the man's name was never called Jesus. So you have 103 books right here, and they are, including the Apocrypha. They're very, very good. Now, if you'd like to download this, it's absolutely free download right here. You can get the PDF, and you also get the Apocrypha. And if you guys would like to get any hard books, the small stories on Amazon, these are all available right now. These make wonderful gifts, and 100% of the proceeds go into the prisoner scriptures. And so with that, Eli, tell me what has happened right now in the book of SHEMU'EL to this point right now. Bust a move, please.
I forgot what happened last week.
You have no idea? Wow.
So
Help me out, Skip. What do you got, Kate?
So SHEMU'EL became ruler of the people. He was ruling them, basically became Moses. But then they said they wanted a king. The people of Israel were like, we want a king. We want like the rest of the people have. Give us whatever anybody else has. And he said, all right, that's not a good idea. You guys are going to end up slaves. You're going to end up owing everything to the king. And they're like, we don't care. It goes to the king. And Yah said, listen to the people. They're not rejecting you. They're rejecting me. And he said, all right. So they found Shaul, a guy who was great in stature, great in attitude, great in everything. And he basically became their king. And then he went down and he saved all the people. He killed like 300,000 people. He took out a whole bunch of different nations. And they basically anointed him as the king. And now he's ruling over them.
Yeah, and I'm observing a bat flying through our house right here. Hopefully the dogs don't get this, but yeah, we have a bat in the house. Dogs haven't noticed it so far. Okay, and Batman is just trying to find a hole in the wall. Sometimes we get tennis rackets and we play a little bit of badminton, but I don't have a tennis racket with me. So we will leave it at this, and hopefully the bat will exit this place as we are talking. Okay, anything else? Eli, do you have anything?
No.
Okay, all right, so here we go. Shaul was ... years old. Okay, this was really weird because when we first saw this, we didn't know if we had an error in the translation or what in the world we're talking about here. Does anyone remember this?
Yeah, that's how it is in the KJV and the NIV as well. It just doesn't say it.
Yeah, they don't know. Okay, the dogs are onto the bat. It didn't go as planned. Yeah, and so nobody knows exactly how old he was. I think the NIV actually puts a number on there, but I think it was nobody really knows. And so all translations have ... And the dogs are freaking out over the bat. Hold on just a second. All right, the bat's sleeping. So here we go. Sorry, guys. Okay, so he was XXX years old. We don't know how old he was, right? What does the NIV have? Does anyone remember? There's like 34 years old or something. Eli, do you have any Bible? Do you have anything at all?
I was 39.
Eli, have you come to the table of scriptures with nothing in your hand yet again?
Caden.
Well, Caden did this too. And the crazy thing is, I have to do this on YouTube, and everybody knows because I tell you guys to make sure you have your scriptures every single morning. So there's some obedience problems. That's the bottom line. Okay, so Kate will sit here with no Bible. Eli's running off to get his, so it's less. Miss Nicole has come from saving from across the room.
First Samuel what?
1 Samuel 13. And
So I was 40 years old.
40 years old. Okay, so the thing was we didn't know, but I don't think anyone really knows. But NIV for whatever reason,
Italicized on
yeah.
KJV.
So KJV has it in italicized. So I don't think anyone really knows how old it was. But we're gonna go with this. So he's about 40 years old. So Shaul was 40 years old when he began to reign, and when he had reigned 2 years over Yisrael, Shaul chose for himself 3,000 men of Yisrael, and 2,000 were with Shaul in Michmash and in the mountains of Bet-El, and 1,000 were with Yohanathan in Gibeah of Benjamin. And the rest of the people he sent away, each to his tent. And Jonathan smote the watchpost of the Pelishites that was in Geba. And the Pelishites heard of it. And Shaul blew the ram's horn throughout all the land, saying, let the Ephraim hear. And all Yisrael heard the news that Shaul had smitten a watchpost of the Pelishites, and also that Yisrael had become a stench to the Pelishites. And the people were summoned to Shaul at Gilgal. And the Pelishites gathered to fight Yisrael, 30,000 chariots and 6,000 horsemen, and people as numerous as the sand on the seashore. And they came up and camped at Michmash, east of Bet Awen. And the men of Yisrael saw that they were in trouble, for the people were distressed, and the people hid in the caves, and in thorny bushes, and in rocks, and in holes, and in pits. Okay, so what exactly is happening here? Okay, Eli, I won't even ask you that because you just barely sat back down. I only got one dude at the table here.
We don't know where Jaden went. Right?
Yeah, Jaden's gone. Jaden's lost and gone forever. We don't know if he'll ever be back. But let us continue on to this.
Shaul is now taking out the Pelishites. He's now clearing out like parts of Yisrael, getting parts of it back that were taken because of their disobedience and getting exiled of like land. So now Shaul is going out and taking out the Pelishites. He took out one of their watchposts, and then he's selling all the people, and now they're going to war again.
Yeah, and they well, let's say it's 6. And the men of Yisrael saw that they were in trouble, for the people were distressed, and people hid in caves and thorny bushes and in rocks and in holes and in pits. What does that sound like right there? Like people scared, really scared people. Like they hid in the caves, thorny bushes. How many people are going to hide in thorny bushes and rocks and holes and in pits? These people are scared for their lives. Like these people are, if you're going to go into a thorny bush and hide in a thorny bush and holes and in pits, you got some fear problems with you. 7. And Ephraim passed over the Yarden to the land of Gad and Gilead. But Shaul was still in Gilgal, and all the people followed him trembling. And he waited for 7 days according to the appointment with SHEMU'EL. But SHEMU'EL did not come to Gilgal, and the people were scattered from him. And Shaul said, bring a burnt offering and peace offerings here to me. And he offered the burnt offering. And it came to be, as he had finished offering the burnt offering, look, SHEMU'EL came, and Shaul went out to meet him, to Barak him. Then SHEMU'EL said, what have you done? And Shaul said, because I saw the people were scattered from me, and that you did not come within the days appointed, and that the Pelishites gathered at Michmash. So I said, the Pelishites are going to come down on me at Gilgal, and I have not appeased the face of Yahuwah. So I felt compelled and offered a burnt offering. And SHEMU'EL said to Shaul, you have been foolish. You have not guarded the command of Yahuwah your Elohim, which he commanded you. For now, Yahuwah would have established your reign over Yisrael forever. But now, your reign is not going to stand. Yahuwah shall seek for himself a man after his own heart, and Yahuwah shall command him to be leader over his people, because you have not guarded what Yahuwah commanded you. And SHEMU'EL arose and went up from Gilgal to Gibeah of Benjamin. And Shaul mustered the people who were present with him, about 600 men. And Shaul and Jonathan his son and the people who were present with him remained in Gibeah at Benjamin, while the Pelishites camped at Michmash. And from the camp of the Pelishites, raiders went out in three companies. The one company turned to the way that leads to Ophrah, to the land of Shaul, and another company turned toward the valley of Bet Koran, and another company turned toward the way of the border that overlooks the valley of Zeboim, toward the wilderness. Now no blacksmith could be found in all the land of Yisrael, for the Pelishites said, lest the Ephraim make swords or spears. And all Yisrael went down to the Pelishites, each one to sharpen his plowshare, and his mattock, and his axe, and his sickle. Okay, what kind of tools are those?
Farming tools.
Yeah, these guys are farmers, right? And they could not, the Pelishites had taken all the blacksmiths, so if there's no blacksmiths, you're not going to have anybody making you metal stuff. 21. And the charge was a pim for the plowshares, and the mattocks, and the forks, and the axes, and to appoint the goads. I don't know what a pim is. Anyone have a clue what a pim is?
No idea.
I don't know. It's probably a lot of money, would be my guess. I don't know. Okay, and it came to be on the day of battle that there was neither sword nor spear found in the hand of any of the people who were with Shaul and Jonathan, but they were found with Shaul and Jonathan his son. And the outposts of the Pelishites went out to the pass of Michmash. Okay, so there we go. That is yet another reading in SHEMU'EL. It sounds to me like these people are they don't have a lot of I don't know, they don't have a lot of courage on this also.
PEM? P-E-M?
Yeah, P-I-M. P-I-M. And the charge was a pim for the plowshares.
Early Israelite weight equal to about 2/3 of a shekel.
2/3 of a shekel, and I don't know how much of in a day's wage that was. I don't know if that's a lot or not. So a pim is 2/3 of a shekel. Thank you, Eli, for that. All right, so with that, guys, we're going to close this up. We thank you guys very, very, very much for being part of our family. We hope that you have a wonderful day. Much love, and we're out.
All right,
Shalom.